dealing with confronting employee challenges is a real opportunity from a leadership perspective. And I would venture to say that that's one of those areas primarily that the managers will stay in a place of denial, right? And again, when you think about the definition, don't even notice I am lying, they're saying something to themselves about why they're not dealing with it. There's all kinds of reasons why you wouldn't deal with it. There are people who just really don't want conflict. Sometimes that employee is a critical employee in the organization and you don't have a backup. So you've got that reason to keep that employee on, right? So there's always, you can build a case as to why you wouldn't make the decision. And so denial or even, justifying, rationalizing why you keep someone around, that happens quite a bit. The people who are above the line, they're not focused on their circumstances, are they? If the circumstances aren't appropriate, they're going to create the right circumstances and they're going to just move on. And if they've got those people, now what you said is really important too. If we keep those people around so much so that they're undermining those who are moving forward, who are innovating, who are engaged, who are passionate, what are we really doing? What are we risking there? That's what I want you guys to really think about. What do you risk? And we'll talk about this when we talk about making some of these changes. When you recognize the reality of what happens, how do those positive, the 30% in the US that are truly engaged, how are they impacted? Are they biased? But sure, probably, because they can't be bothered with the complaining and the nonsense. But if the complaining and the nonsense and the blaming and the excuses, if that's allowed to continue as part of the culture, what's at risk?
Losing the people you do have that are engaged.
That's right. And when is there a bigger risk? Is there a bigger, that's like those people, that 30% in America that are engaged, those are your company. That's really the fuel that's driving your company. And when you think about the percentage of time, and here's another area that potentially is a leadership below the line, what percentage of time do you spend on the 30% who are actually out there engaged in doing it versus what percentage of time is spent on those who are complaining and blaming and making excuses?